Shout out BigSteve.
What's up? What's up? Early tease UFC. What the hell? UFC Vegas 102. Right. We're gonna look at some of these odds without any tape and try to give out some early betting leans. Right. And whatever regionals are. I'm not gonna touch on regionals. And did I make money last weekend? No, I didn't. A bit of a theme this year. Getting rinsed once again. Am I completely washed? Don't think so. I have good reads, but I'm doing stupid stuff, which, I believe everything happens for a reason. So let's get into it, right? Let's see what went wrong. So we'll start off with LFA. So the only thing I played on this card was this under 1.5 rounds with this Vladimir Daenko versus Andre Vieira. And I was going to move on from this fight, and then I'm taping, and I'm like, wait a minute, this Vieira guy, every three losses, they're all via knockout. Only one of them goes over 1.5, and it's against an absolute bum that doesn't really have much power. Finished him late in round 2. Then the rest are just like really, Eduardo Neves, Cleverson, Tavares, 9-7 guy, just sparking him with jabs, right? So I'm like, wait a minute, we might be on here. The under is minus 200. Obviously, it's all predicated on the big favorite knocking him out. But we might be on, right? I tape it, and this Vladimir guy, 17 wins, literally like 15 of his wins are under 1.5 rounds. Some good fighters, some bad fighters, right? And I'm like, all right, this guy, and he's been knocked out, by Pavlovich and some other guy in the round 2. He's been knocked out in every single loss as well. So, wow, this is a smash spot, right? I tell my friend, and I have, $1,000 on it, 2 units. I actually had more, but I used up all my Bet Online bankroll, and my friend actually put another 500 on for me, and then go figure, this Russian comes out there and he just jabs. He jabs to the gut, and he jabs and just carries this Brazilian to a decision. It's his first decision loss ever. So Vladimir Daenko, good job, mate. You just absolutely shat the bed there. You got a win, but pathetic win. I actually believe these LFA Brazilian squash matches are fixed, man. I've lost so much money on the under 1.5 in LFA Brazil in particular. I feel like some dodgy stuff happens. But anyway, that's it for that card. Didn't have much time to tape. We go on to ACA. Did I just turn off my thing? What's up, Moise Audio? Yes, I am teasing you. What time is it over there, mate? You're up like in all different times of the hour. The fuck is this? All right, let me just share this. So only had one bet on ACA, which was, let's have a look. It was fading Ramazan Ameev. I know Ramazan Ameev well. I think we all do, right? He was in UFC and just not able to beat anyone, right? Just getting split decisions over Zawada, who we just didn't get knocked out in Octagon like 4 times in a row. Jack Maddalena knocked him out. Split decision with Danny Roberts. Very close fight with Nicolas Stolze, getting finished, losing to, Rocco Martin. And now he's 37. He's coming off cancer. And I faded him the first time against this Vladimir Vasiliev, horrible fighter. He was just out-grappled right after that by a really washed Chris Honeycutt. And then he's fighting this Abdul Daziev. And Daziev has only lost to the 2 guys fighting for the belt on this card. He got grappled. They're animals. And he's the better grappler. Whenever he grapples someone, he 30-27s them. So I'm like, man, this guy's 35. Ameev's 37. This guy has like KO power. He just knocked out Chris Honeycutt, who I just mentioned. Like, what are the chances that a 37-year-old Ramazan Ameev beats this guy? And then it goes out there and it's, 1-0 for Ameev. No, 1-0 for him. 1-1 based on Ameev, like taking him down and holding him down in round 2. And then round 3, they just stare at each other. My fighter takes him down. Ameev gets up. And then Ameev clinches him for 2 minutes. And he gets unanimous 29-28. Now, if someone told me these guys were training partners, I probably would have cashed that shit out. But, yeah, retarded. So, New Year 2025, and still losing money on my worst promotions, ACA and LFA Brazil. So, nothing new there. Now we go to the pay-per-view, and I felt really good about this pay-per-view. I went ahead and taped it, and I had some great reads. had a lot of plays. So let's see what went wrong here, hey, shall we? So first part of the night, Quinlan Sal Kid, Jubilee. I had a few people telling me play the Sal Kid inside the distance. It was a bit juicy for me. And look, I thought it would probably happen, but I gave Jubilee more credit than, on his chin and whatnot. I thought he was probably just lose by gassing. And I put like $50 in Quinlan round 3, so I wouldn't regret it. I mean, we all saw what happened. I'm like, yeah, okay, easy money there. And this one, Jonathan McAuliffe. I had one unit on McAuliffe at $3, $500 to win 1,000 all week. And then right before the fight happens, I cash it out. I do more tape. I decided to leave it off. Don't know why. Currently, everything all the decisions are not good, and then that kind of tilted me. Lost 1.5 on ACA and LFA, and that would have been a beautiful start, and that would have got me some momentum, right? Instead, now I'm just like thinking, will there ever be as good of a play as Jonathan McAuliffe, $3 underdog? They're just 30-27 Kevin Ju set, and yeah. It is what it is. So here we go. Wrong zoo. I play nothing there. Topuria, I kind of liked over 1.5. I passed. Nothing on Conway in Brazil. Then my first actual official bet is Tom Nolan, Vladislav Borshev under 1.5. I mentioned that didn't really make sense. We all know, it can go under. Nolan cracks. Borshev's chinny. Nolan is chinny. And then, it plays out in a way where it really wasn't even close. So I'm like, man, I'm completely washed. 750 there. I actually put 1.5 units. I felt like I didn't want to overthink it. Just let it ride. And yeah, didn't even get close. Not even a knockdown for 15 minutes either way. So now I got Gabriel Santos, another lean that I actually had $1,500 on, and I cashed out because the line bounced back. Some money came with Jack Jenkins. So I was like, let me cash out. Let me see where it's going to be on the day. And yeah, he got to the best on, best at spin, close to minus 200. So I put another 1,000 on Gabriel Santos. Thank goodness there. Good read. I felt like I was back. I won almost $500. Then Jake Matthews, Prado. I really like to go the distance here. But my friend was like, you got to play Prado. It's one of those hidden value ones like McAuliffe. It's not obvious on tape, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, he's kind of right. But, I still don't like it based on tape. So I put $50 in Prado decision. And then I'm like, nah, I need some cash. Let's get more aggressive. So I put like half a unit on Prado, and then I put a full unit on the over. Luckily, the over hits. It gets me to break even because Prado didn't have a chance at all. So still a little bit down there. Jimmy Crute, I had a plus 150 money line, which I was kind of regretting after round 1. But I ended up going with Jimmy Crute by KO. $50 to win 250, half a unit. Yeah. Lost my $50, but I guess if I had the money line, I would have just got my money back. But it is what it is. Teixeira, Justin Tafa, this is another good read that I had. People playing Tafa. As soon as I taped it, I'm like, man, I actually like Tash and Teixeira quite a lot. I might as well just play the under 1.5 because it correlates and it covers Tafa. That really should have been like a 2 or 3 unit bet. But I just played half a unit on ending round 1, 250 to win like 240. Super easy. Again, that should have been a smash spot. There was a couple of smash spots and maybe McAuliffe, Gabriel Santos, and I didn't really capitalize, but it is what it is. So now I'm like $100 down, pretty much break even, and it comes down to Tatiana Suarez versus Bailey Zhang. Early tease and the main podcast and the best bets with Brady. I mentioned I wasn't happy. I had 2 units with Suarez. I wasn't happy with it. Every time I tape, I'm like, I don't like the injury. I don't like the layoffs. I don't like how she looked against De La Rosa and Andrade. And, it comes to the fight, and I didn't really hedge, and I'm like, what do I do with this, If you cash out and Tatiana Suarez gets an early sub, you hate yourself. If you don't, and she loses, and you go in minus again when you could have hedged for guaranteed profit either way, you still hate yourself. So I ended up hedging Weili Zhang to the point where, if Suarez won, I would have won $1,000 instead of 1,400, and then if Zhang won, I would have only lost 400 instead of 1,000. So, and the goal was, to lie bet Zhang if Suarez kind of starts to slow down. After round 1, I was like, wow, this actually looks good. Suarez is barely using any energy. But I was also like, wow, she's actually really holding on. She's not landing any damage. This is not really a good sign. And as soon as Zhang reversed it, should have been cash out right there. Should have been lie bet Zhang. I know some people are lie bet Zhang, but I was just like, I was believing. I was like, she's looked like this before, and then she got a round 2 guillotine. Maybe she can get it. But as soon as she went for that guillotine round 1, it didn't happen. And then round 2 starts, and Weili Zhang numbers are insane, and I'm like, man, just the profit was hanging in this fight. The fight that my gut was saying Zhang is the play, and I made the wrong decision because of CLV again. But I even had the opportunity to completely hedge out, and I didn't. Like I said, when things are not going right, they're not going right. So all decisions are wrong. So that's why I believe that it's actually everything happens for a reason, because it's the higher powers are making me make these bad decisions. And Dricus Du Plessis, I mean, minus 200. I actually felt like Du Plessis was going to win no matter what, but I didn't want to play it. I was just kind of like, felt like I was forcing it, but yeah, my friend played a unit on him just because of aura, and yeah, I mean, he actually covered, 4-1, hurt Strickland round 4. Yeah, really, really good play. So yeah, so another $500 down. So one unit down, added to the 3 units on ACA. So where are we at now? Yeah, first losing January ever, and it looks like he might be the first losing February ever. We only won on Octagon, which one of my favorite promotions. So yeah, the goal this year was to break 200,000. It would have been cool to say, I've been betting for 7 years. I got 200,000 profit in betting. That's a nice, cool number, which only would have been 20K, but still possible. But yeah, I still think I'll definitely profit for the end of the year. It's just I have to kind of tighten things up, go back to locks. I do whenever I'm on a losing streak. I just go back to super basics. And yeah, I got family coming over in 2 days. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy the wedding. I'll still be gambling, but I don't know about the podcast, so we'll get up. And I have a feeling halfway through the year, I'll have $1,000 units. So that's the goal right now. And another stumbling block, but I've been through worse. So we'll get through it. All right. What do we got for comments? Jono. Cody Steele tempting fate in that bar boner. He was lucky Zoo didn't send him to the showroom. Yeah, Cody Steele has absolutely no defense whatsoever. But hey, he hurt Zoo wrong first. I actually thought that Steele was going to win an uneventful minus EV because his chin was slightly better and his power was slightly better. But yeah, eventually caught up to him. Alrighty. So let's go through this card. This card is absolute shambles. It's horrible. I mean, some of these fights I'm seeing for the first time now, I didn't even nothing's even popped up on Bet365 for me to kind of get a look at. And I haven't looked at totals. So, do a little wiki capping. Let's see what we can find. I'm excited. Back in the day, these shit show Apex cards used to have the most value, especially when there was a lot of short notice. People from Europe, for example, Topuria made his debut at the Apex. So let's see what we got. Moyes audio, patchy mix corner work. I don't think patchy mix could have said anything like, yeah. Suarez is completely washed, and I mean, I thought so. Too, but obviously I went against my gut, so it is what it is. Karax, back to basics. Does that mean 10 units on Zola? No, mate, I don't bet like that. Jono, I'm confident there will be some unders we're looking for. Well, let's see, Jono, because as I said, I haven't looked at any of these odds at all. So I'm going to use Bet365, and then I'll use fight odds for the totals. So we got first fight is Gabriel Bonfin, Khaos Williams. Now Bonfin minus 200, and a little bit of money is coming in on him, which is interesting because Khaos Williams is a good fighter. And Bonfin went to decision for the first time against Angelusa, and he got kind of hit there. It looked like he kind of slowed down there. And yeah, he won a decision, but if you're going to win a decision against anyone, it's going to be Angelusa, who just kind of does nothing in there. So yeah, man, this is a dog or pass. No doubt in my mind. Khaos Williams can knock him out. He's probably not as functional as Bonfin, but Bonfin didn't really look functional up until the Lusa fight, right? That's the first time he went to decision. So will he submit Khaos, I don't really know. Khaos, let me see. Don't think he's ever been submitted. No. Very durable too. So never submitted on amateurs either, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, this is a dog a pass. Don't really know why people keep smashing Bonfin. What's he actually rated? Worse than minus 200. Wow. Easy dog a pass. If I do get time to tape after tomorrow, and the money's still coming in on it. This is wild, man. That's wild. Suarez game plan, walk forward like a retard and grab you. I mean, yeah, again, Suarez completely done after 3 minutes. Bonfin got to set up his kicks. Yeah. I think he can kill him, man. What's the total here? Wow, the under 1.5 rounds is plus money. I do remember I got burnt on the looser Bonfin under 1.5 because it was plus 140 and it was better than his inside the distance. So even though I didn't give Looser much chance, I thought, it's paying better. It wasn't really close. I mean, Bonfin really tried. He tried to get those guillotines, but Looser's hard to finish. But let's move on. Angela Hill, Ketlen, Souza. I mean, whatever fight. Ketlen is Angela Hill is the gatekeeper. I don't think Ketlen Souza is that good. I'm pretty sure Hill is like astronomically juiced. Oh wow. Almost pick him on Bet365. Wow, I don't know why I thought Angela Hill was like massively juiced. Well, Angela Hill will pass. I don't think Ketlen Souza is anything special. Over 1.5, over 2.5 rounds, $1.18. Wow. Both of these girls can get finished. I know Angela Hill is insanely durable, but wow. That under is a little bit tempting, just to say the least. Let's move on. Speaking of tempting unders, wow, Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguilar. I like Estevam. I bet him against Charles Johnson. Obviously, he died in round 3, slowed down quite a bit. Will he slow down again? I don't know. He's meant to be known for his cardio. They were saying on Contender Series how he just goes and goes and goes. He's got like round 2 and round 3 finishes. So don't know if that was just a bad weight cut or something. It was catch weight. Yes, that's probably what it was. But yeah, he had a botched weight cut against Zalgas Zamagula as well. So it's obviously a weight cut thing. We'll have to see. But old mate Jesus Aguilar, a man after my heart with his beautiful, beautiful guillotine. I love this guy too. I love this guy. He's a little powerhouse. He's a midget with tiny ass arms, but amazing guillotine. I forgot that he went to a split with Mandoka. Yeah, he got taken down a lot there. But yeah, dog or pass. Dog or pass. What are the odds? Well, massive. Yeah, I mean, plus 350 for Aguilar. But I mean, what's it going to be? Most likely guillotine or bust, or maybe KO or bust. He does have the better cardio. The other 2.5 rounds is plus 150. Well, they got the 1.5 rounds too. What is this? Is this an adjustment? Which one is it on Bet Online? All right. Good fight though. Walter Walker, Dontail Males. I mean, I can tell you right now, I don't want to bet on either one of these guys. Walker, I should have bet him against Tafa. That was like one of my worst streaks of betting last year when I made Tilt Zone. I was so tilted because of Koulibaly on the same card. Calf kicking Ramos and just pirouetting and not being able to win round 3 or round 1 based off 2 back takes. But yeah, I know Walker lost a bit of weight. Beating Tafa and beating Mayers. I think Mayers is underrated. He's kind of like a gatekeeper to the UFC. If you can't beat Mayers, you're getting kicked out. If you're not UFC ready, he will like 30-27 you. He might even knock you out. But yeah, this is a shit show. I'm not playing Walker minus 200. He's not just going to insta sub Mayers, in my opinion. So what's the total? What's the total on this crapshoot? What a disgusting card. 2.5 rounds is plus money. I guess Walker's not really a good finisher. And he seems to have an iron chin, so nothing sticking out there. Vince Morales, Elijah Smith. I hate to say it, but Vince Morales could give this kid a vet lesson, right? Elijah Smith didn't really impress me versus Tao on Contender Series. I don't think Tao is good at all, not one bit. Aaron Tao. So yeah, he's got a bit of his work cut out for him. Obviously, he could have had much tougher opponents than Vince Morales. Vince Morales is not the best UFC record. A lot of wins on the regionals, but in the UFC, Miles Jones, Jonathan Martinez, tough fights. Knocked out Smolka, beat Drake Rodriguez, Gutierrez, losing to Benito Lopez. It's a little bit how you going. Yeah, he's been in the UFC for a long, long time. This guy, long time. Yeah, I mean it's a dog or pass. Elijah Smith, this kid's not really proven. Making his UFC debut, decent sized favorite. I feels like he's kind of finish or bust, right? And he gassed out quite a bit against Aaron Tao too. He knocked out Josh Walker, which Walker was knocked out by Cortez as well. Reyes Cortez knocked him out too. Yeah, man, this could be the first dog shot that I'm interested in taping. Very, very interested. What's the under? What is the under here? Elijah Smith. Wow, the under 2.5 rounds is plus 240. I mean, Morales has a lot of finishes. Even in the UFC, he's KO'd a couple of people. So, yeah, dog in the unders has got my attention. Julia Avila, coming back off that pathetic performance. Well, I bet her against Tate. Even made a Twitter post about it. Not my best choice for the public to grill me on. Yeah, pathetic. I thought she would knock out a washed Miesha Tate. I guess not. She looked incredibly washed herself. And now more than a year off, and she's coming back against Cavalcante, who's streaking. I like Cavalcante. I bet her in PFL. I bet her against Nora Cornell. I bet like 2 units on her, minus 200. Split decision, sure, but I don't really think that was a split. They tried to rob her in France. Yeah, Jocelyn Nunes, people hammered her down to minus 200. I thought Nunes was a tougher matchup for her, and yeah, it was much closer than that. But Cornell is a lot worse. I mean, Avila has power. And she should have more of a game compared to Jocelyn Nunes. But how old is she now? 34? 36, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be much takedown upside. Cavalcante does go for takedowns. I'm pretty sure she took Cornhole down, but there shouldn't be as much as Miesha Tate, for example. So, yeah, I mean, it's a dog or pass. We don't have to talk too much about it. It's a shit show women's MMA fight. How many times must you be burned to realize never this kind of line on a woman? Yeah, the under again has value. 420. Blaze it. Let's move on. Rodolfo Averia, Andrei Petrovsky. I hate this fight. And I feel like even if I tape it, I will not have a read whatsoever. I mean, Rodolfo Vieira probably won't be able to get grappled or submitted by Petrovsky. I mean, I know that for a fact because Petrovsky just had a shit ton of top time against Friend and Budka and couldn't submit him. So, yeah, split decision to Gerald Meerschaert, red flag. Yeah, Rodolfo should be levels above. But it's just a weird fight, man. It's just a weird fight. $1.44 on Rodolfo, like, against someone that's physical and actually a pretty high-level grappler himself with a high-level wrestling pedigree. And then probably get like a shit show striking fight between the two of them. And they both gas. You don't know who's going to gas first. Don't know. Yeah. I'd say this card is, first glance, this card is not getting me excited. That's what makes losing last week when I was actually excited and I had like potentially 6 plays and not profiting, makes it even sadder. I'm not going to endure this crap. Look at this fight. Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka. Budka's pretty durable. In my opinion, he's pretty durable. He lost a split to Azmar Bukayev, who's, made a good UFC debut in a 5-rounder. He hurt Bukayev at one point. Yeah, I mean, how many times must Edmund Shabazian be a massive favorite before we just stopped? We stopped lining him at this price, right? And he's losing to worse and worse guys. Nasruddin, whatever. Dalcha, he was meant to win that. Anthony Hernandez, he did well. AJ Dobson almost knocked this guy out in round 1. Then he came back and knocked AJ out. And then losing to Gerald Meerschaert. Sure, Meerschaert, he does this. But Edmund's never been submitted before that. He was in some deep guillotines against Hermanson and Imavov, and he got out. And even against Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez had to break him with ground and pound. So it was a bit interesting to watch him just kind of get submitted against Gerald. I think he quit. But Gerald, GM3 next level when it comes to subs. But dog pass again. Dog pass. Hate to say it. I'm actually interested in some of these. Maybe Budka live bet is better. But I mean, come on, man. Under 1.5 rounds. It's got some value. Yeah, some of these really shit show dogs. There's a lot of shit show dogs actually. If you can pick 2 out of 3, that's a profitable card right there. Alrighty, Jose Delgado, Conor Matthews. I love this guy. Great fighter. So fluid, very aggressive. Just throws kicks, switches stances. I love it. All out aggression. Just a ton of knockouts, submissions. I love him. Good looking bloke too. And yeah, fighting Conor Matthews is not the best fighter. Not the best fighter at all. From Contender Series, very hittable. Jose Delgado, quite a big favorite though. I don't know how I feel about that. He has been defeated on the regionals, so he's not some undefeated animal. He does have holes. He's a bit hittable. Typical Mexican fighter. Let's see what the total is here. It's obviously going to be juiced, I assume. Conor Matthews is relatively durable, but also hittable. Wow, 1.5 rounds plus money. They said it well. He's gone under 1, 2, 3. Yeah. He's gone under 2.5 a lot. I remember one of those LFA ones. I played the LFA under 2.5 against Lucas Faria at minus 200, thinking it was a square play. And he gets him out of there in 1 minute. Yeah, it's the under or nothing, really. The under or nothing. Maybe 1.5 if you're brave. But just who knows? Who knows? He showed very good durability against Francis Marshall. And Dennis Bazooki again took him till round 3 to knock him out. All right, we'll have to evaluate that one. Ismail Bonfin versus Nazim Sadikov. Now this is a fight that a lot of people are playing. Bonfin and ton of money is coming in on him, and now he's trending towards minus 200. It was $1.72 last night, and now it's $1.57, almost 20 cents overnight. Now I don't know. I tape it, and I know Nazim quite well, and he's not a bum. He's not a bum at all. He's durable. He's got the hardware of like some sort of Dagestani. Extreme durability, comes forward. He is very hittable, so that might be the issue. He's got power as well. He's got jiu-jitsu. Good cardio. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a war. And yeah, I mean, I guess they think Ismail is going to run through him. Maybe the striking defense. But he looked good against Vince Pichel. But I mean, that's not really saying anything. They both handled Terrence McKinney accordingly. So he did look amazing against Narim Abbasov, I will say, on Contender Series. Abbasov is a bit overrated, but yeah, I get it. He's just a more well put together fighter. Whereas Nazim, losing to Evan Elder on points, kind of had to rally back and get a finish. He might be finish or bust now that I think about it. But he's a good fighter. He's got a lot of hardware going his way. He might be more durable than Ismail Bonfin. Alrighty. Kevin Qatar, Yusuf Zalal. I mean, what to do with this? Worst line. Just the worst line. I'm not a Kevin Qatar guy. Calvin, I should say, not Kevin. I did play him back in the day, back when UFC was much easier to bet. I bet him against Ricardo Lamas at like minus $1.60. Knocks him out in round 1. I bet him against Fishgold. What was he against Fishgold? Minus 230. I mean, he was never losing that fight. Bet him against Shane Burgos. Plus 180 underdog. That's because I always love fading Shane. And then I faded him against, Josh Emmett in a 5-rounder. So, I'm not really a fan of him. Yeah, he's very limited. A boxer with jab. Had a lot of injuries and that was a bit washed. And he looked quite washed against Aljamain Sterling. Usually he has had elite takedown defense in the past, but yeah, Aljamain just rolled through him. So yeah, I mean, Zalal, I had some juicy money on Zalal versus that soy Jack Shaw, and he covered, man. He covered. It was like minus 340. It covered. I think Zalal is just leveled up. Like, this is just like 3 submissions in a row, and they just get tougher and tougher. Billy, John Aarons, Jack Shaw. Well, not tough, but they're probably similar level, those 3. But Kevin Qatar, yeah, I think he's just washed enough for me not to be interested in playing him as a dog. But it's a dog or pass. That's not enough juice on the bone to really hit Zalal straight or to parlay him or anything like that. But yeah, shit. This card for betting, just don't know. Oh, what's the under? Out of curiosity, under 2.5 rounds plus 190. Hey, 3 fights in a row for Zalal. And his last fight before getting cut, he almost knocked out Blackshear. Very durable fighter. So, all depends how washed Qatar is. All right, we're in the main event. Gregory Rodriguez, Jared Cannonier, got the under 2.5 rounds, plus money. I mean, someone's going to die here, right? 2 chinny guys. Gregory Rodriguez hits like a truck. Cannonier getting knocked out by Bahia. Well, not really, but it should have been. Getting knocked out by Imavov. Getting dropped by Whitaker. He's been chinny for a while now. Gregory was like plus money not long ago. I remember seeing it on Bet365. But yeah, now the line is gone. It's too volatile for me to play his money line when he can die at any moment. Lesser fighters have knocked out Gregory Rodriguez than Jared Cannonier. So, yeah, very volatile fight. I don't know if that under is still available on BetOnline. I lean towards probably not. But let me just wiki cap a bit, get a little reminder. I love Gregory. I love betting on Gregory. Yeah, the under 2.5 hit against Tavares. He wrestled Christian Leroy Duncan. Man, I regret that. I've got so many bets that I regret not playing. Yeah, he pretty much runs through everyone. And yeah, he loses by getting run through as well. He almost knocked out Amin Petrosian too. And Cannonier, let's get a little reminder. Quick reminder. Yeah, that's right. He almost killed Vittori. He was killed by Imavov. He should have been killed by Bahia. Killed Derek Brunson, but he got dropped there too. Dropped Gastelum like 3 times. Yeah, I mean, it's a dog or pass at this line. Maybe just play the under. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if the under is still available. Jono, Qatar is truly on the back end of his career. Meanwhile, Zalal seems to have turned the corner. Qatar might just get backpacked for long periods. Yeah, it's just everything I mentioned. Let's go with a little review and we'll get out of here, right? Bonfin Williams, dog or pass, man. The unders could be the play. Hill or pass, personally. Is she washed? I don't think so. Aguilar or pass, or maybe the under. Walker fight is just a pass all around. Vince Morales, dog or pass. Avila, dog or pass, but not really interested in the fight, honestly. Rodolfo Vieira, Petrosky, I hate this fight. Budka, Edmund, dog or pass. Jose Elgato should run through Conor Matthews. The under is interesting. Bonfin, Nazim, I'm not too sure. I don't want to say dog or pass because Bonfin could look good, but we'll leave that. Zalal, Qatar, I mean, maybe there's value in Qatar, but. And Gregory Rodriguez, yeah, it's Cannonier or pass at this line, but I'd rather play the under, personally, like a square. All right, that's it. Like and subscribe. Bakayako agrees, under at $2.10. Look, I don't even have any bankroll on my bet online, so but I might have to wait. But yeah, like and subscribe or not. Leave a comment. That was good for the algorithm last time. But from here on out, I don't know if I'll have a pod by the end of the week, just because I've got family over and stuff. But I'll definitely be betting. There's time to tape. There's time to bet. So watch out for the Discord. Watch out for the Twitter. Watch out for the Show Dog. And yeah, thanks for listening. Peace out.